we have I plus plus. Understand? Okay. So at first I started like in with the live server, opening with live server. Guys, you can hear me and you can like, can you see my screen also in the chat box? Okay, great. So in that we have to discuss like what is the do while loop. Do while loop is also I will told you what are the syntax of that. It's do, and in that we have statement, iteration, and while condition. Means it will be at first it printed that initial value, then it will be like check the condition. If the condition is true, then it will be executed once again. Let's see. It's like I equal to 1, then I have to do, and I have to return statement. It's like document dot write. In that I have to return like I wait wait it is required. Then we have to return access the I. What are the value of I? Then we have to return like DR. It's not printed because it's not access the I value. I think we mention in that. Wait, it's error. Expect if I not return that one. If while I plus plus and if I return like I is less than 5, what are the value? Initial value it will be taken. Let's see. It's not printed anything. I think. Okay. Wait. I is not defined. Okay. If I define in here, then it will be not counted. I think if I define in that, it's I variable I equal 5, sorry, equal 1, then it will be counted or not. What are the, it's not started, I think. Okay, I will start again. Let's right click on that, open with lab server. What is the issue in that? Okay, I will remove at first initial value, then let's see. Okay, it's, wait, it's not responding. Guys, wait 2 minutes. I will join again because my system is not responding anything. So wait 2 minutes. Okay, I'll join once again. Sorry everyone, I have some issue in technical issue in that my laptop. So at first I share the screen again. I hope you all see my screen. Okay. Variable I equal u. Sorry, one. It's one. Next we have to right click on that. Open with live server in that HTML object.html. So we have to like we are discussing our concept also object oriented programming in that. Okay. So we have the class will continue 6:30. Okay, because we are like uh, I think 10 day or like 12 day left to like complete your courses or like your internship also completed in the 30s 30 July or 31 July. So we have to complete before that, like in the 28 before that we have to complete all these things. So today we and tomorrow we are completing, we have to complete it like all these things of JavaScript. Then we have to go to the what are the bootstrap. Then we have to discuss we are finishing like 27, in the 27 we are finishing that bootstrap. Okay, so today we have to discuss what are the like of concept is the object oriented programming. Then tomorrow we have to discuss what is the like inheritance, polymorphism, and arrow function, all these things, and event also. Then we have to finish that one. Okay, then it's like 21 July we have to start it bootstrap. In the seventh day it requires seventh or like 8 day to complete that one. We have to like teach you like basic of the bootstrap. Okay, it's not opening still. Wait 1 second, because if I again will be like right click on that, it will be hang or like not respond. That's why it's wait 2 seconds. So I hope you already understand what is the difference between while and do while loop. And if I go to the object like basic introduction of object oriented programming, like it support dynamically polymorphism. Okay, and complex configuration in that like object oriented programming is like complex to configuration, and like use more memory. Like object oriented programming use more memory. These are the like some basic feature of that. Yeah, it's printed now. Okay, 1 2 3 4. Have you observed that one? It's printed. Okay, so it's printed one, then one is less than, it will be executed. Okay, it is that like do while and while loop. Okay, then we have to discuss hope. You have, like at first you have to initialization, then we have to like statement and iteration, it's counter, it's like increment decrement, then we have to while it's bit condition. Okay, but while loop first it's condition, then in do while last at condition. Okay, and what is the difference between, I already told you. Then we have to go OpenZ, the object oriented programming language. Okay, you know that like object JavaScript always like some student are told that JavaScript is object oriented programming language, but not. JavaScript support like some feature of like object oriented programming. That's why it's a like object oriented programming, but it's not like a full like object oriented programming. Okay, it support a couple of like feature of like object oriented programming. Okay, I already told you that it support dynamically polymorphism, and it's a complex configuration and use more memory and slow in access. Okay, it will be complex, like you have to return the complex configuration, then it will be like um, use more memory and like slow in access. And one thing is that cannot directly interact with the hardware sources, hardware services, whatever, like you do not interact with the like the object oriented programming, like OOP, double OP. It's not interact to the hardware services. Okay, it's like printer or like a CPU, whatever you like, whatever like hardware component is there, it not interact to them. Okay, so what is the feature of OPS? It's core security. Feature of like OP is code security, code extensibility, and code separation and code reusability. So what is code reusability? We have to discuss tomorrow session. Is like inheritance, like polymorphism, and all these we have to discuss tomorrow session. But what is the feature of OP concept? You have to remember that one. It's code security and code extensibility, code separation, and code reusability. Okay guys, I hope you understand what is the feature of that. And next we have character of OPS. It's object oriented programming language. Maybe in the interviewer, like maybe asking that what is the character of OP, you have to discuss like what are the like character of OP. It's like object, classes, inheritance, polymorphism, and encapsulation and abstraction. Okay, so I will already like I told you once again that one. Okay, what is the character of O concept? Is like object, class, and inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation, 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 and abstraction. Okay, guys, these are the characteristic of OPS. And what are the feature of OPS? It's code reusability, code extensibility, code separation, and code security. Okay, these are the feature of OP concept. And what is like OPS? It's object oriented programming language. It will be like it require more spaces, more memory or more space. It will be slow and it will be complex in configuration. Okay, I hope you understand. And one thing is that like JavaScript support certain feature of, already I told you that one, like certain, it will be like couple of feature, it will allow to like use in a couple of feature like polymorphism, all these things we have to discuss in a tomorrow session. But we have to go what is the like OP, and in that like we have method and classes and like constructor, and we have accessor, and we have constructor. I told you that these many things we have to discuss. Okay, at first we have to discuss classes. What is class? So we have to discuss JavaScript classes. Wait, I'm opening the paint. So class, JavaScript class. In computer programming language, class is used to programming template. It is a program template. Okay. So it comprises of data and functionality. In that, like in the class, you have to like define data and functionality. Whatever functionality you want to return in that, you have to return in the class. And class is used to a blueprint of creating the like simple like blueprint of like simply object. Okay, and the copy of the object, it created the copy of the object. Okay, classes. And class is comprises of like property, method, accessor, and constructor. Okay, wait, I will return in that. JavaScript classes, JavaScript class. Okay, One thing is that like JavaScript classes is a programming classes, and it will be like a programming template, and it comprises of like data and functionality. It comprises it of data and like functionality. Okay. It comprises of data and functionality. Whatever data you have to return by like, and one thing is that like what are the like allow classes allow to configure allow to comprises of method method that it's like properties. I already told you what is the difference between property and variable. Okay, where like property are defining and what the variable we are already discussed that one. Okay, so properties and accessor, and next one we have constructor. Okay, these are the it allow only in the class, not allow function. Okay, but you can call the function inside the classes, but you can like define the classes inside the class. I will know what are the syntax of that, then you have to understand how can you define that one. Class product, then you have to return the class member. What are the like you have to define property method and like constructor, whatever you have to return inside the curly braces. It's like class member. Okay, then you have to access that one. It's a variable object equal new. New is, you know that new is a like a keyword. It is like a dynamic keyword. It will be like create a dynamic memory to store the value. Okay, new is a keyword. In that we have to return products. Okay, whatever like product memory, it will be assigned to the object. Then if we have to access the from the object, whatever like value we have to access. Okay, these are the syntax. These are syntax of like classes. In that class member, we can defining method, properties, and accessor and constructor. We cannot defining like function, but you can call the function inside the classes. Okay, but in the inside the classes we cannot define function. Outside the classes we can, but inside the function we cannot. Okay, then we have to discuss like we have two way to configure the classes. It's like a class declaration and class expression. These are the syntax of class declaration, and we have class expression also. I will tell you that one also. This variable, in that we have struct. Okay, then it's class. Wait. Then we have to return like one things I do. Wait, I will do one thing. I will create a in that I have written. Okay, it's syntax variable products. In that we have classes. It is a class. Okay, in that we have class member. I have written what are the class member we have. It's property. How can you define the property? It's variable like or name you have to define like Johan, John, and what is the salary of he is getting from that. It's like salary. It's like it's a numerical value you have to define. Okay, these are the properties. Okay, and method we have like constructor. We have constructor. Okay, In that we have constructor also. Wait, it's constructor. Okay, and in that we have method also. It's like name of the method is like I have to define like a print method. Okay, print. I already I told you I like what is method and what is property and what is accessor, what is the constructor. I will I told you that one. No, don't worry about that. Okay, before that you understand what is like in that where we have to define method and property and accessor and constructor. Then I will show you what is method, what is property, and what is accessor, what is constructor. Okay, then you have to how can you access that one, how can you define that one. I will already I told you that one also. Don't worry about that. Okay, it's like property method. Wait. Method. In that we have this method. Okay, it's method. It is a method. It is a, like a constructor. It is a like properties, like variable. You have to define what is the property. Now we have to define the classes and object. Okay, then we have end. Okay, then we have access that variable object obj. No need to like you have to define object also. You can return any name of that in your choice also. Okay, and after that you have to assign a new memory in that, like using that new keyword. Then you have to define products. Okay guys, I hope you understand what is like class declaration and class expression. This one is like class expression, and first one is like class declaration. Okay, so in that we have to define like method, property, and access like constructor. And what is accessor? Accessor is used to get and set the value in that classes. Okay, so at first we have to discuss what is properties. Okay, what is property? At first I written what is that one. Wait. Yeah, this one is like wait, class expression, and next one we have class declaration. Okay, this one wait, class declaration. So you may be think that what is the difference between class declaration and class expression. I think so like what is the difference between that? To understand how can you like access in that like classes we have to define a name, but in that like class expression without like name we have to define. Okay, like name don't have, we have an anonymous classes name, but without name we have to defining the classes, but in that class declaration we have to define a name. Okay, so next things is it is an encapsulated with the like curly braces. Okay, so next we have to discuss properties. Okay, property, how can you define properties? It's classes like what is that, shopping. Shopping in my class name. In that I have to return some like product. It's like what is product? It's mobile or laptop, whatever you have to return. Then you have to return it's like price. Okay, 52,000. Okay, then like stock, it's available. Top true, it's a boolean value. You have to define the boolean value also. Okay, it's a true or false. TRUE. Wait, TRUE. True. Okay. If the it's true means a stock is available. If the false, its stock is not available. And next one we have uh, brand name. Brand name. Brand name is like Asus. Okay, whatever you have to return in that. These are the property you have to define in the classes. Okay, understand, guys? Next, we have to discuss what is method. Okay, what is method, and in that before that you have to see that one. It's print also. Like we are not before the print method, we are not writing any function, but it look like a function. So it's like question is that like what is function, what is method. So what is function? Function is always intended to return a value. It will be always return a value. It is used to build expression that evaluate a value. Means inside that function we have to return the expression. Then you have to access the value and evaluate the value. But in the method, it is not intended any of the value, not return any of the value. It is used to define an action to perform according to your situation. Whatever situation in that, whatever like perform action you have to perform in the classes, you have to return in that print option. And in method, okay, in that I already told you like in that classes we cannot like defining any function in that, but we can call that function. But so in that print using print method we can access we can call that function. I told you that one, don't worry about that. Later I will told you that one. Okay, so how can you do that? Let's see. I will give you an example. How can you like access a callback function without like written any function? Or we have to not do not like inside written any function. How can you access a callback by using callback? Okay, it's like a function. We have total. If I doing a mathematical operation, total is my function. In that, wait. Yeah, function. In that I have to return total. Total. Wait, total. In the total I have written a parameter. Okay, it is a parameter that is like function. In that I have written a quantity to nty quantity, and next one we have price. Okay, in that function we have to return, I want to return that, let's say return quantity to you nty quantity multiplication price. Whatever price and quantity I want to passes, that will be multiplied. Okay, so this one is the function. Next I have to return classes. Okay, class CLXS class. So class, next we have product PRODUCTS product. In that I return print I want to print that return value. Okay, so print is my method. Have you observed that one? It's method. Okay, print my method. Wait. Yeah. Next we have to access that one, document dot write. In that we have to access that one like total. We have to like written in that backtick. So it's total TOTL. TOTL, total function. In that function, I have to pass a value. P is my quantity and price of like 1000. Okay. Next, I have to return. Assign that one. Let object. In that, I have new. Use my keyword to like create a dynamic memory. In that, I have to return products. PROD products. But then I have to access that one object dot print method. Okay. Let's see. It's working. It's working fine. Okay. Have you observed that one? So if I change the value, it's like 450. In that 5. Let's see. Okay, 222250. It will be written. So have you observed that I don't define in the classes. In the class I don't return any did not return any function. I have to call that function. The function outside the classes I have to return that is a module. In the module you have to return, but in the classes we cannot. Okay, but we can return any method. In that we can access that one. Okay. I hope you understand how can you return the classes, how can you like access the value of the method, and how can you return the print like method and properties. Okay. So what is accessor? I told you these are like many things is the method, accessor, property, accessor, and constructor. Class allowed to comprise of. Okay. So accessor allowed to set and get value dynamically. So like in that you have to set a value, you have to get a value, means get value you have to get one, or any of the value you want to access from the server, then you have to print that one, or you want to set the value by using the accessor, you can do that. Okay. So what is constructor? Main thing is what is constructor. So constructor means we don't need to define a name of that. In that like constructor is also a default without we have to define in the classes, it will be defined default, but if I require like constructor, then I return that in that my classes. Okay, but constructor in that we don't have any name. In that you have to return like in the constructor. Okay. So So constructor is a subroutine. Create a object. For creating a object, we have to call a subroutine. Subroutine means what is subroutine? Subroutine is a computer programming define a action to perform. Whatever action you have to perform in that classes, it will be performed using constructor. Okay. So JavaScript constructor is defining using the constructor keyword. Okay. It is a anonymous method. Okay, anonymous method, and the class name is given the implicity inside that classes. Implicit means inside the classes, so you have to defining the constructor inside the classes. Okay, and when the classes will be executed, then it will be it executed fast constructor, then it will be goes to the method, and whatever you have to return in that classes. Okay, it will be executed at fast constructor. And one thing is that you have to remember that one in the classes you have to return one constructor, not more than like one. Only you have to return one constructor. Okay guys, so let's see how can you access the constructor, how can you define that one. I have to told you that one. Okay, it's classes. In the classes I have to return a construct. Okay, is my class. In that I have to return constructor. Okay, in the constructor keyword we are defining that one. As constructor I want to print the console.log. So connect to the server, connected to server. Okay, then I want to return like a method. Okay, like I want to method is like connect. Connect is my method. Okay, in that I have to return it. It's like if I return connect, let's see it's working fine or not, then we have to change that one. Console dot log, in that I have to return successfully started. Okay, then I have to is like variable is like object obj, in that I have to return new. What is the name of the classes? It's constant, const. Wait, const. Okay, I will change that name. Let's see. Let's see what is the error in that. Wait. Okay, okay, new is required. New. Okay, now not okay. Okay, what is the error? Expression expected. If I return another name is database, in that I have to return very okay. I will let keyword, in that I have to return if like object, it will be new, in that I have database. Okay, it's working fine. Okay. Obj dot connect. Let's see. I've written in the console.log. It will be like written so in that console. So let's check. Yeah, that's fine. Wait, I will show you. Connect to the server and it successfully started. Means it will be like printed at the first connect to server and it successfully started. Okay. Have you understand how can you like defining in that constructor and like method? This one is the method and this one is the constructor. Wait. Okay guys, I hope you understand this, what is the constructor and what is the method and what is the classes, what is the property and what is the accessor. Any doubt in that you can ask me in the chat box guys. Speak. Any doubt, tell me, I will show you again. Whatever the other. Okay. Here 10 people is there I think, but only 1 2 3 4 5 people are replying. What about other? I need from everyone, so I can understand that you have to better understand to the like what is the op concept, because in that of the like JavaScript, React.js and whatever framework you have to learn, it will be require all these things. So you know that method and function and like constructor and like property, it require every programming language. You know that better I think. 1 2 3 4 5. Wait, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Or two whatever other two people, other two interns, whatever. You don't have don't in the meeting I think. Okay. So all you have to understand these many things. Okay. Still left. Okay. So guys, in that next we have to discuss what is the like polymorphism and inheritance and event in that tomorrow session. Then like we have to finish JavaScript. Then we have to start it Bootstrap. Okay. Any doubt you can ask me. One thing is that you have to create your own project, or you like using any of the like 2 or 3 people, or like whole team will be create a project with teamwork. It will be help to the like corporate world, because teamwork is very important in the corporate world, you know that better. So like if you are comfortable, then make a project. Okay. Like a simple project or a complex project, whatever you want. If do not, you have to work as a team member or team. You cannot like do in that team. You can like build, like make your project like a short project, or like big project, whatever you want. You have to submit that presentation, and like video is there, I think. Presentation video, I think name will be told you in that WhatsApp, I think. Okay. So prepare yourself and do the project. It will be like help you better in that future. Okay. So any doubt you can ask me on that chat box also, and you can personally text me, so I will reply back to you. Okay. So if you any like help require in that project, you can contact me. I will guide you how can you do that. Okay. Okay. Any doubt guys in that project related, you can ask me. Okay. Okay, Janagesham. If you do not like make a project, then you not I think you do not get any certification, or like mm, whatever expense 45 days intensive program you cannot get, I think, because in that presentation you have to mention what are the work you have to do in that 45 days. You have to mention that one, because all these things whatever you have to do in that classroom, it will be recorded, all these things, because no one will be like uh, uh, told you that you are not doing this like assignment, this assignment, because those many people are fewer people fewer intern are doing that assignment, but fewer interns are not doing assignment. But in that presentation, whatever you have to return, let's see. Okay. I will assign you today also assignment, do that one. Okay. Thank you so much. Have a great day.